Hey everyone, Irit here with a new process video for Hip Kit Club, and today I'm doing some mixed media. So I'm going to use the color kits and I'm going to use these gorgeous stencils from Heidi Swap that came in the kits. And I'm going to just create a really fast and easy background. That's why I love stencil. That's why I love ink sprays or mists. It's just so easy and very pretty in my opinion. So obviously you can do this with one color, with more colors, use whichever stencil you want. I used Shimmer's Vibes in Snowwayman, which came in a previous kit. In this month's color kit, there's actually a really beautiful deeper shade of blue spray that would work beautifully with the kit. So you can definitely use that. And now I'm adding splatters and more splatters. So I'm using the paint that came in the mixed media kit, and also a Shimmer's Spritz in Cotton Candy. That's also from a previous kit because I need pink, of course. Now I'm gonna let it dry. I didn't gesso my page because I knew I was just going to mist it lightly. If you want to go heavy on anything wet on your pages, it's a really great idea to use gesso. This is not watercolor paper and it will buckle and warp, and yeah, it's not good. So keep that in mind. But I misted it pretty lightly and it warped just a little bit, nothing major. So I want to create a horizontal element of pattern papers basically, and because I have the whole kind of messy mixed media background, I'm going to tear my pattern papers. But if you want a cleaner look, or if you don't do mixed media, you can definitely just use a trimmer and do something very similar and it will also look great. So that's why I really love sharing my process, because you know, you can adjust designs to make them fit your own style. So you can just be inspired. You don't have to do exactly what I did and make it work for you. Now this, I kind of cheated here because I didn't want to stitch through all layers of pattern paper. So I just ran this one strip of pattern paper through my sewing machine and it just looks like everything will be stitched together. So of course you have to remember to do that before you stick things down. And now I'm just trimming down my background. It was a little bit over 12 by 12, so I'm just correcting that. And then I also ran that through my sewing machine, keeping in mind that whole design principle of repetition. So if I have one element in one place on my page, and it can be color, paper, embellishment, texture, all those things, I try to repeat it somewhere else on my page, in this case the stitching. And I do love stitching, and I think it again works really well with that whole kind of messy handmade mixed media look. So there I go. I have my area for adding my photo, and I think this is for me a really great combo of mixing patterns in my pattern papers and mixed media, because sometimes that can be challenging not to get things too busy. And Missy Whedon somehow always manages to work her magic, and I'm thinking if she created something similar, I'm sure she have in the past, because she always does these wonderful things with mixed media. But she would probably at this stage start adding on top the gesso and the paint, and that, I don't know, I struggle with making that work for me. So this is a good compromise to do my mixed media stuff on my white background cardstock and then add on top in a relatively small area of the layout. You know, there's still a lot of white cardstock showing some of my pattern papers, because I do love these papers and I do want to see their beautiful designs also on my layout. So this is kind of a good compromise, or a good mix for me to get everything I want on the page. So I'm adding just a few layers to my photo just to help it pop a little bit, because it is adhered on top of all these pattern papers. They're not crazy super busy, but yeah, they are a little bit busy, especially that strip in the middle. But I was going to use that other side of that striped paper, which is just a very soft pink, but somehow this worked a lot better, in my opinion, with the way that everything looked. So I went actually for the busier side. Now I'm going to add my title, and it's a mixture of the alphas and embellishments that we got. So we have one golden foam word, the hello, and then the wooden ones. I love them. And I also love using words for my titles and not letters, which I don't have to, you know, line up and work hard. So the lazy way of getting a nice title is definitely to use these ready-made titles. And the real life is from one of the exclusive bits in the kit. I absolutely love it. It has like some leaves in it, and I'm going to use also a tab, and it has those golden foil accents. So yeah, really, really great pack. Now I want to add these flowers from Heidi Swapp, and these are also one of these stencils that I took apart. I knew I was going to do that right when I saw that piece because it's so beautiful, and I wanted to use it, you know, as much as I could. So if I cut it up to smaller pieces, I can probably stretch it to 2 layouts and not just one if I left it as it is. And I wanted to just color it a little bit, but then I felt like I went too far. So I'm going to end up using the kind of whiter pieces and not the super colorful ones. So again, I'm using the same pink that I added the splatters, and of course I had to add my Heidi Swapp Color Shine, just because I could probably use it on every page. It is beautiful. So tapping things down, because I realized the whole splatters and color was competing with a very intricate design of these flowers. And sometimes, you know, it's just better to leave things as they are. So you can see I'm actually adding here the whiter piece. And that other one that I have on the side of the screen there, I can either paint it white if I find the color too disturbing, or I will use it on a layout that is calmer and doesn't have so much going on in the background. And then the colors won't look that busy. It's not super strong, but it's still, I just felt the whiter pieces looked better, and I just love how they look. It's these like beautiful intricate flowers just add so much, because I actually don't end up adding a ton of embellishments. There's enough going on here between the mixed media background, the pattern papers, and then these flowers. There's enough going on, and I didn't feel the need to add more embellishments. So yeah, it's just every piece here is very, I think, has its own presence. And I'm trying to play a bit with what else I can add, and I end up going back to that principle of repetition. So I have the word hello, and then in that same pack of words, they also have these cute just leafy shapes. So I'm going to add that, and that kind of repeats the same color and texture as my title. So I'm just going to find the perfect piece and put it in the perfect place. So that's going to take me a little bit, but all in all, this came together rather fast, and I really enjoyed making it. There is just a little bit of like drying time for the background, but because I misted it very lightly, it really didn't take a long time. So yeah, this really came together fast. And I'm using now these dimensional embellishments from Jen Hatfield. Again, I'm taking them a bit apart like I did in my previous video. And I need some puffy sticker love because I love puffy stickers. So these are again exclusive to this kit, and I'm going to add just a few. Yeah, I already felt that everything here worked really well, and I didn't need to add a lot more to embellish. So even though I love embellishing my layouts, I also try to you know, do it in a way that contributes to the design and not just adding embellishment for the sake of adding embellishments. So in this case, I think with the actual amount of product here, there's not a lot, but every piece is important to the overall look. So just trying to add a few more leaves, but that's pretty much it. I'm going to add another wooden piece to the top left area of my photo. I felt like it needed something else there. And then I'm going to add a couple of stickers from the Heidi Swap sticker sheet. There we go. So that's the wooden wood veneer embellishment set that I was talking about before. And yeah, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you check out the blog with some of the still photos, as well as the YouTube channel for Hip Kit Club. I also have videos there, and I think there's a video like almost every day from one of the designers. So if you love scrapbooking, you should really subscribe to that channel as well. I wish you a wonderful day and a great holiday season, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.